Morning. turned it over. Now I'm just gonna make sure the cheese that's underneath this one is down enough. And I'm gonna taste a little piece. Mm. 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 That's delicious. Good morning, boys and girls. Let me check and see the time. I had to get away from the stove. The stove is causing me massive issues. It's not even 8 o'clock yet. Hey! My neighbor down the block, I think it was like maybe 4:15 this morning when he called me, and after that phone call, I got in the shower, and I already started my day, but I mopped my floor before I got in the shower, and I shaved my head, and I got on my knees and cleaned the bathtub the best I could. But I kid you not, I'm going to bed in a few minutes. Actually, I am exhausted, but I'm working on a few things, and I sat outside. We sat in front of his building. It was beautiful, boys and girls, beautiful to just be outside. But I kid you not, it is, my whole entire nervous system is changing. But I had to force myself to walk around the entire block this morning, and I did a video. But I'm very unsteady, so I'm trying to just do what I know I need to do this morning, and that is rest. But I kid you not, the air conditioner sometimes gets too cold. It's 84 degrees outside, and I turned off my air conditioner. And the blessing is the electricity is built into your rent, so I don't have to worry about the electricity. But sometimes it gets so cold, I don't know how to maneuver that thing. It says fan high. I put it on high. I put it on low. I put it on medium. Sometimes I'm freezing. Sometimes I'm burning up high. I can't tell which is helping me from which is not. But the fact that it gets so cold into my bones that I'm kind of worried about what winter's gonna be like. But anyway, my food is right here. Yesterday, I made a pot of chicken I threw in some rice. That pot was amazing, boys and girls. But that was all I ate all day. And I kid you not, it was awesome to just have my meal prepared. Now, I'm going to eat one of these, and then I'm going to have to put it in the refrigerator. I'm going to turn on my air conditioner, and I'm going to just lay down, and I'm going to put on my religious music, roll over, and just give my body what it's asking for. But I had to get away from the stove, and being that I didn't leave it in the pan as long as I would like to, have to get a little darker. Hopefully it doesn't drop all over the place. But boys and girls, now the tortilla, I was gifted that from a neighbor from the food pantry. So I am just amazed at the support in this community when it comes to food. I wish I could say a few different things, but I kid you not, it is amazing when someone can knock on your door and say, do you need? That's why I'm so thankful in ways that you wouldn't believe that I am in this location, because where I used to live, it was me that would, knock on someone's door. But it is what it is. Mm, mm. Oh, mm, mm, mm. Boys and girls, I'm gonna tell you the truth, honey. I know y'all be like, our food can't be that good. I tell you one thing: if I can get one of my dreams to come true, you believe me, somebody will validate this food is good. Ha! Amen. Mm. And something I actually thought about yesterday. I've been struggling forever. I've been like living on survival forever. But there are so many blessings living frugal that I just can't feel. I kid you not, this food is good. Now you saw me put the mayonnaise on the counter, but you didn't see me put the mayonnaise. I love that. I'm not sure if that's the Japanese mayonnaise or the spicy mayonnaise. Ooh. mm, 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 mm. I think I lied this morning, but I didn't lie on purpose. I'm going to actually eat more than one. I am. Mm. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you my. I'm going to show you something in a minute, so stay tuned. Mm. My front tooth is loose because when I fainted and hit my tooth, so my two front teeth are having issues. I'm not sure. I'm doing everything in my power not to have my two front two teeth removed, but they're both hurting me. Not hurting me to the point where I need a dentist, but hurting me enough to know that I need to see the dentist at some point. But I'm working on trying to solve this problem on my own because although I lost 13 teeth on mental health medication, these two teeth I actually like. I actually love because it reminds me of a rabbit. I kid you not, a rabbit. Yep, big teeth. You see these? I really don't want to lose those, but this one is loose. This one is hurting, and they're both hurting underneath the gum, which means I need to be careful. So, mm, mm, boys and girls. Oh, thank you, Lord. Mm, 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 mm. Just to imagine, I could not enjoy eggs for years. Oh my God. Mm, 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 mm. Mm. Today is Sunday, and I'm going to put this video live. Not live, up today. The only reason why is because I went outside and I walked, and if I'm not mistaken, that video should be live already, should be up. I'm working on a pattern. So I have videos already recorded, I believe up to December 3rd. I don't need to be correct or accurate. I'm just saying I believe I'm already in December, but I am making some changes and you can see the changes, but I can't change the videos that are already recorded. In order to stay on my path of what I'm doing for myself, I need to keep what's already recorded, already uploaded, and whatever changes I'm making have to come from today. But if I record this afternoon, it needs to be airing in December because I'm working on something with intention. This video is going to go up today just so you can see that I am doing a little bit of changes. So thank you for that. But I'm going to tell you something else. Hopefully you find nothing wrong with it. But if you do, that's okay because we need to stay ourselves. If there's something that you think I should change, I just need you to let me know. Because this is not just my channel. this is your channel as well. Through a massive storm I just went through where no one knows, I'm working on that between me and God. I almost got rid of my channel, but a few people, without even knowing, mentioned not to get rid of my channel, which means they saw something. And the only thing I can say is thank you, because my mental health provider is also telling me do not delete your channel. So I'm working really hard, but it is a process, boys and girls. It's a process. But I'm going to tell you one of the things that I'm struggling with. I have a crafting addiction that came to life because it's the only thing that quiets the noise. I'm trying to remove that from my channel, but as I am working in therapy, which I'm going to tomorrow, I can't remove that from my channel because that is who I am. So while I adjust to who I am, I'm trying to adjust to the analytics on YouTube. My analytics can only speak to me by what people watch. So I am in my analytics and I'm looking and I'm observing, but I need to be able to just be me, but at the same token, make things a little easier for whoever's watching me. And that's what I'm working on. But one of the problems that I'm dealing with right now, and I'm not dealing with it alone, I'm dealing with it with more than one person, is the fact that I basically feel I was forced to make a business because I was on eBay. Now I'm being told that you can't be forced to be in a business because you use crafting or cooking on a stove to as an outlet to have a voice, to have a structure, and then there is this massive whatever's going on, 15 hours of work, and any employee that has a telephone is going to unemploy me. So there goes that. No one will be able to employ me and have a phone in the same room that I'm in. So there goes that. But at this current moment, although I am safe, I feel safe, and I kid you not, I pray and thank the powers that be for this bed I lay on, because this morning I woke up and I felt as if I was still sleeping in that car in Miami. And that is a horrible trauma that I'm still dealing with. But I need to work in my mind to get away from that and stay in the focus of understanding where I am right now. But when you think of sleeping in a car in that kind of heat, and you have what I deal with internally with heat, you will not understand unless you actually go through it. So that's that, and that's just one thing. The other thing that's on my mind is every single day I say to myself, unless I have a full control of my freedom, I am one check box away from hitting that street. And reality is when someone can speak the truth and another person can understand their truth. If anything happens to me to take me out of the comforts of what I am working on now, I am taking my life. There's no way around it. Now, I'm going to make it point blank, period, clear. At this very moment, I am not in any way, shape, or form thinking of harming myself. My mind is not there. I don't feel that way. None of that. I'm just saying, if anything happens that takes me from the security of a roof over my head, I am taking my life because there is no other option for me. I cannot survive out there. There's days I want to go outside and find out what's 3, 4 blocks around the corner. I haven't been able to do it yet. Right now, it is a blessing that I can walk out this front door and walk around the corner. But what goes on in my head, you can't imagine unless you have it. So those are the things that I'm dealing with, and I'm trying to work them out in therapy to remove them from my YouTube channel. But I can't be me if I can't be me. I never wanted my frugal food channel to be what I be on YouTube, because just say if I lose access to that stove, what do I have on YouTube if my analytics tell me that food is where it is? But that's not what it's telling me right now. I'm definitely not seeing that right now. So I'm letting you all know this is just a little bit of what I'm dealing with. But I can say one of the things that I'm truly thankful for. I'm thankful to be bipolar. I am, because through the storms that go on in my daily life when this camera is not rolling, it reminds me of who I am. It reminds me of who I have in my corner and who is there for me. I kid you not. I kid you not. I am in some groups and I am starting to share just the little things that help me through the day. But I kid you not, one of the hardest things is to have a conversation with someone and you can tell that they don't have a little bit of understanding. You can't imagine what it is to be in a room where someone's cell phone is just dinging and dinging and dinging. It is horrible. Like, I won't say completely, because you just don't know who has access to your channel, but I could sit in the presence of someone and 9 times out of 10, my cell phone is not in my hand. But living here now, you need to have your cell phone on, you need to have your keys where you are. So I feel a certain type of way. But just say if I go to someone's home, my phone is down, normally on the table right by their entrance, so I can remember to pick it up. But when you're in the presence of someone and they can't put their phone down, that is in a little bit of understanding that you need to know. Now, either they're working and you arrived at the wrong time. So what do? See you later. Bye. That's what you have to do. So it's called taking care of yourself. So this morning when I woke up, I really wanted to go to church. I really wanted to go to church. But you know what I did? I realized that what is bothering me now is my sciatic nerve. So even when I was walking around the corner, I had to hold on to the little thing, and I'm trying to stabilize myself. So I have to push further than normal in order to gain back some form of my life that I want back. But I'm very happy about some of the changes in my life, like Tai Chi. Now, I noticed that my body needs toning, absolutely. But for me to be 56, pushing 60, I'm very happy. But there is something else I noticed about me. Everything that I'm going through right now is for me. It is amazing to be able to stand in my bathroom. Yes, I do. In my mirror, and I let myself know how much I love myself. But it's wonderful to take back your life for you. There is nobody right now that I'm trying to chase, make happy. Yesterday I woke up and I had a few blessings yesterday. And just because I have a blessing doesn't mean I have the best day ever. But yesterday I realized that I am not outsourcing my happiness to no one. No devices, no devices are making me happy. What's making me happy, because there's still a little bit of, I still cry, I still go through the depression, I still go through everything. But what makes me happy is waking up, seeing that filthy dining table, because it's full of my paper. I never in this world could understand why I love paper. But give me paper with flowers on it. You gave me $1 million. You hear me? And I have a feeling, I kid you not, I feel an abundance coming my way. And I don't mean millions, I mean billions. I feel it. Now, I may be a little delusional, I don't know, but I feel it. And as long as I feel it, I'm not going to give it up. But I do know one thing that has saved me is being quiet. So I pray every day. Just give me 5 minutes to be quiet. You want to know why? Because people who sit down and watch you struggle will be right there trying to remind you who you are to them when you come up. And I kid you not. Mm-mm. You know that saying, when you make it, don't forget where you came from? I'm not going to forget where I came from. Hell no. You will not get me to forget where I came from. I am building what? My little book. Those people are where I came from. Amen. Guess what? Some of them I have never met. Yesterday I got a package, and I don't even think you want to see my bed. But you hear that? That is stuff. You hear me? I slept right here on my bed. Look, someone, see, I don't even know the person's name. This is from Miranda. Okay? So let me explain something to you. Yesterday I got a box in the mail. This whole bunch of crafting supplies. And all I could do now, what I did do, I'm not gonna lie, I broke some of that off into another package because someone had mentioned in a group, that they were not feeling too well, if they would just love to open up a package. And I don't care what anyone says. I'm me and I'm going to stay me. So I said to her, I don't have any money because I don't. I don't even think I have 50 cents in my account, my savings account, my checking account, put it that way. But I said I have some stamps. I said if you were in the U.S., I can build you a box. When I was building that box, I was so thankful. Why? Because I have some stuff that I just can't use anymore. Why? My hands hurt, the fingers, the paper. So I was so happy to pack her a package. But I got a lot of brand new stickers, but big ones. And you know why I gave it to her? Not because I didn't want it, because it was beautiful. It was a good name. It was everything. But I don't chase names. The only name I chase is mine. But I can't afford the one thing that I need right now, and that is the clear blocks and a larger ink pad so I can stamp. So I said to her, I'm giving you the stamps because I can't afford the ink pad right now, and there is no reason for me to sit down and say I'm going to use it tomorrow. That helps me what build clutter. So I have, I believe, a block I can fit these on. Plus, I have my little coloring markers, and I'm going to learn how to get this little hand steady to color in these little eggs and stuff. So I'm going to use this. But I wanted so bad these bottles to put my glue in because there is a glue at the Dollar Tree that's supposed to be extremely well, but you need this tip. Why did I get this? I was like, oh my goodness. So I kid you not, you just don't know what you can hand someone that will make their day. But I'm so happy, and this right here, oh, you have no idea. This right here, she doesn't even know me. But I started making these cards, and they have a certain type of cut on them that I've been doing by hand. I can't for the life of me figure out measurements, the ruler, and all. I can't do none of that. But just say if I felt like pulling out my big shot, boom, I have all of it right now. So I'm like, oh my goodness. But the big shot is I'm not able to use it because my strength in my arm is not there. And I kid you not, I feel horrible. You want to know why? Because I want to let the big shot go because I know what it's going to mean to someone who can't get a big shot. But there is one thing I need no matter what, and that is my butterflies. And my butterflies I can make with my big shot. So that's enough to keep my big shot. But I kid you not, I feel selfish because every day I look at that big shot and I remember the pain that it causes me just to do this. But to afford the electric big shot, I won't even look it up right now because I don't even want to sit down and say, oh, this can't happen. But this absolutely made my day because I was not expecting it. But I really can't record in the morning because that sun makes my camera look a certain way. In the package that the lady sent me, she sent me about 25 sheets of paper, and I fell in love with the paper. But I have something that I just can't get away from, and it's my kindness. It's in me. And I was working with communication with someone, and they're like, "You can't continue to do that. You can't afford it. You know, it is what it is." So I've been having visions coming out of everywhere. Kid you not. And yesterday a vision popped up, and I went through and followed through with the vision because I cannot go against the grain. So I did a listing on my online store for a kindness envelope, but something made me go to YouTube. I went to YouTube and I put in some keywords, and there are people who have built a business doing this, a subscription business. I can't do a subscription business. Yes, I do know the company. I could go find it. I could sign it. I could do it all. In this economy, I would not feel comfortable building an empire on a subscription when there are people in frugal groups getting away from subscriptions. So I can't do that. I have no ill will qualms against anyone else who does that. So yesterday I put up my listing. I had uh, two my lot friends look through the listing because I know they would genuinely read the listing and the details to let me know if there was anything I needed to work on. I do believe my grandma may need a little bit, but I don't want to rely on AI and all that other stuff to do everything for me. Now, I do need help, you know. So what I said I was going to start doing was asking people for help, and that's it. But I did a listing yesterday for kindness envelope, and I left it at $12. Now, because I'm not familiar with the online site that I'm working on, we make it local. I don't know about the shipping and all that other stuff, but I don't want to limit myself to a 1 ounce stamp when I don't even know if I own a 1 ounce stamp. I have a forever stamp that I believe is over $1 in value, so I can't do that. Not only that, and this is why I'm going to show you what I made yesterday. And this is the beautiful paper she sent me. So all I had to do was my little butterfly and my gem. Now, I don't know who sent me the sleeve of gems because I did not buy those gems. So someone sent me a kindness package and it had those gems, and I just happened to find them yesterday. And but maybe 2 days ago, it doesn't matter. Anyway, this butterfly I ended up making with my own hand through a stamp that I found on a cheap site. So now this paper is my favorite paper. That's my favorite paper. So this is a bookmark that I made yesterday. But to make it easier for you to understand why I'm going to show you this, I'm going to show you all three just so I don't confuse you. This is the image that I believe is on my listing from yesterday. So this video is going to go up and someone may see it and may have seen that, but now they get to see what they would end up with if this went into their package. I'm never going to say what's going to go in the package. So this is the three, but this is slivers of the paper. So all it is the scraps of the paper. And then I believe someone from YouTube blessed me with a gift card. I bought paper, and I was able to get, because I had some of the gift card left when I was making an order. So this is my desired paper, boys and girls. That's my paper. So now I'm gonna show you, but I need to show you one at a time. The back of my book is a solid, and in the front is a piece of the paper. So I ended up with a bookmark and a book from one sheet of paper. I do have a little bit more paper left. I don't have enough creativity to figure out what I can do with that paper or whatever. So I may end up putting a box of scraps, just a whole box of scraps, and then sending it to in envelopes. You wanna know why? I may not be able to use that scrap, but someone who loves paper can find a way. You could even take a piece of paper and just cut the corner off to add just a little punch right here. So you don't really need anything. So paper is gold, boys and girls, especially to a crafter. So now here's my next two books, and the back I put solid. Now a lot of people when they do their books, they do a design on the back, and but yesterday I was making this based on what I was seeing in my head. So somebody sent me these little cats. I don't know who, but look at that. That is so cute. I wish I knew, but someone sent me these little kitty cats and I was using them. And Mary, you know I was thinking about you. So these are the three books. So I had to make my listing very carefully because there are a lot of people who feel a certain way about shopping different places, not realizing that whether they want to shop certain places or not, they are. But I don't have time for that. I don't have time for that. So I'm very happy about my new listing to do the kindness because it will allow me to get some things out. And then on top of that, I'm thinking because I saw the vision. Just say someone's having a birthday a few times a year and they pay $12, maybe shipping is, I don't know what the shipping yet, and then they can just piece together a box, and then when you have birthdays you have little things to make small gifts. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I'm looking at. But I noticed that my thing is inside here from when I took a shower. But I'm going to show you something. I wasn't intending to show you, but there's something over here that's pulling my attention. So I wonder if there was something I'm supposed to look for. Something is pulling my attention this way. I don't see anything that alerts me, so I'm going to turn back over here. I would like another nibble from here, but I woke up last Sunday, and when I stood up, I had a vision, and I started crying and carrying on because I'm sick and tired of these visions because I don't some of the time I can't piece them together. So I ran to my computer because that's what the vision was telling me, and I'm listening to what I'm hearing in my head. I run to my computer and I just looking, and something was on the screen. So when something was on the screen, I just went a little further, and next thing you know, I sat down at the computer. I was doing this, and doing this, and then yesterday it arrived in the mail. Not yesterday, but 2 days ago. So look. Wait, let me show you. I don't know if you can see it. Right there. Peace and faith. Oh my goodness. It is so beautiful. And I ended up, where is it? Something, I'm supposed to go outside, I think. I think I have to go outside. Okay, I need a little peace. I think something's outside. Sorry, I don't know. Maybe it is a deer or something out there, but something's out there now. Look at this, Shay. And I tell you no lie, I love this. But I ordered one for my daughter, and hers. I ordered it with her name from when I named her when she was a baby, a nickname, and I got about I think 10 of these, so they're all on the marketplace. And then this one I ordered, my daughter has one with her name is, she's going to get it tomorrow. I believe in showing someone through the year where they stand in your life. I'm not, now don't get me wrong. There are some people that I'm not having favorite relationships with. It does not matter. I'm not playing tit for tat in no one's life, but tomorrow I'm going to drop off what I had for my sister. I have one for the pastor already wrapped up, and then I have one for, wait, my daughter, the pastor, my sister, me, and then I guess the rest are gonna go to strangers. But this was my vision, and I'm like, oh my goodness! So to see it is like boom. And then yesterday with the kindness thing, because I I can't fight what's in my head. I do know I'm being warned more than one place to be careful, but I'm not afraid to die at this point. I've been through too many struggles, and so if anything happens to me, it was meant to happen. So uh, I am in no way, shape, or form afraid to die. I am dealing with some lumps you may see under my chin and here on my neck, and about five behind my neck. Matter of fact, the ones behind my neck almost gone, but they popped up about 2 days ago. And Mary calls me a few days ago. I don't know if it was like two or three, but you can comment. I give you full permission. When she was talking to me, I didn't want her to see my face. And I told her why my face is not on YouTube. And I said, "Are you looking in the camera?" So she said, "No," because at the time she was driving and then she pulled over or something. I don't know. Too much information. But then when I said look into the camera, I can see her face. But if you look at my neck, you can see my neck, right? See, what I'm working on right now is my own treatment. I know I'm not a doctor. I will never be a doctor, but I have to take control of my health the best way I can. But a few days ago, maybe two, I may not be right, but Mary, would you please comment and let me know whether it was 2 days or 3 days? Because what you saw, what you saw, can you see now? Ah. Now, I did tell you at that moment, three knots popped up at the back of my neck. They're completely gone. So I don't know what it is, but all I can say is I started taking soursop complex or whatever you call it, maybe 2 months ago, and it is amazing, boys and girls. And I also take my ashwagandha, and my soursop complex. I think it is soursop 24 in one. Please do not ask me for my bottle. Absolutely, I'm not going to do that. I am not a selfish person. I kid you not. But there are some things that people have become aware of, and not everything you can spill your tea. You can't spill all your tea, boys and girls. Do not ask me for my bottle. That's it. Mm-mm. Nope. Mm, 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 mm. I want so bad to be a landlord. I want to be a landlord so bad. I've always wanted to be a landlord. I want to live here and rent here, or live here and rent there. I want to live on the property that I rent. I don't know why. A lot of people don't live where the landlord lives, but those are the people that I would never want to rent to anyway. But I definitely want to be a landlord because you're not. I do want to be a landlord. Mm, 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 mm. I don't know how I would make it being a landlord. My building would never be market rent. As long as I could live comfortably, pay all my bills, and never have to wonder how I'm going to eat. I would never see someone pay 2,000 and something. This here, probably, well, I have to just do what I have to do. But I'm gonna say goodbye now. Something is pulling me outside, and I don't know what it is, but I don't want to go against myself. So I'm going to nibble this. I'm going right on outside because something, maybe I need to check my car. I don't know what it is, but mm-mm, I don't know. I don't want to go outside because my neighbor said two deer was came from behind the house yesterday, a couple of days ago from the building. So I don't want to do that. And then I, my garage, I'm like this because that little thing with the four legs and look like a dog. I don't know. I may be wrong, but From what that man told me, it was in the garage. So, what's out? What's calling me out there? Maybe somebody's gonna call me because my phone is right here. I don't know, but something is pulling me that way. Anyway, thank you so much for everything you are bringing to the table, honey. Because you have no idea if everything works with me. Stay still. mm, 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 mm. Woo. Okay, dinner is at 5. I need some fried chicken, boys and girls. I don't have any oil.